The drama opens with the main female protagonist, Lucy, who is in class but completely focused on her drawing. While she is an intelligent student, she often neglects to listen to her teacher's lectures. As a result, the teacher scolds her and announces that she must bring her parents to school the following day. After class, Lucy's friend approaches her, asking what she plans to do. They see some boys outside the window motioning for them to come out. Lucy's friend goes out to meet them, but Lucy remains inside, engrossed in her phone. She is trying to message her older brother, Sang-Gyan, who lives in a hostel, to ask for his help, but he isn't responding. The boys soon come inside. One of them is a big fan of Lucy and wants to be friends with her, but she is still focused on her phone. She finally gets a message from her brother who, without hearing the full story, refuses to help. Dejected, Lucy leaves with her friend, complaining that her brother never helps her. She concludes that she'll have to ask their mother to go to the school meeting. When Lucy arrives home, she's about to gently tell her mom about the meeting when her mom informs her that Sang-Gyan has returned from the hostel and is in his room. Happy at the news, Lucy goes to his room to ask for his help. When she enters, she sees a very handsome and cute boy sitting there. This is Do-won, Sang-Gyan's friend and the main male character of the drama. Lucy, confused, thinks that her brother got plastic surgery. She asks the boy when he had the surgery. The boy tells her to come closer and check for herself, revealing that he is not Sang-Gyan. Sang-Gyan then enters the room and asks what she's doing there. Do-won asks Sang-Gyan if they look alike because his sister mistook him for him and asked about plastic surgery. Sang-Gyan gets angry at Lucy for even considering that he would change his handsome face. He starts to walk away. Lucy stops him and explains that she needs his help with a teacher's meeting. Sang-Gyan, as usual, refuses. Lucy starts to cry loudly, pretending that Sang-Gyan hit her. Their mom comes upstairs, scolds Sang-Gyan, and even hits him. Do-won, standing behind her, is shocked to see Lucy's mischievous side as she continues to complain about her brother. Their mother takes Sang-Gyan away to lecture him. Lucy then turns to Do-won and asks for his help, explaining that she needs someone to come to school because her teacher called her parents to complain. Do-won initially refuses, but Lucy points out that if he hadn't talked about the plastic surgery, Sang-Gyan wouldn't have gotten mad and refused to help her. Do-won agrees with her point. As he leaves, he asks for Lucy's name in school, but she isn't sure if he'll actually show up. This was a flashback to the past. The story now shifts to the present 3 years later. Lucy is now a young woman. When she comes downstairs, she sees her brother, Sang-Gyan, who has returned home after a long time. She doesn't speak to him because he rarely replied to her messages while he was away at the hostel. Sang-Gyan tries to get her to welcome him, and she eventually does. During lunch, Sang-Gyan asks his father for the car keys, explaining that he needs to get his luggage as well as his friends. It turns out that his hostel has changed and is now closer to home. Lucy realizes that the friend is probably Do-won and asks if she can help carry the luggage and spend time with her brother. Sang-Gyan initially says no, but their parents convince him to agree. After school, Lucy arrives at her brother's new hostel to help. She recognizes her dad's car and looks inside, spotting a fox doll that she likes. As she's picking it up, Do-won walks up, asking, "Who are you to be touching my things?" Lucy is startled to see him again after all this time and is flustered by how attractive he is. Do-won recognizes her. "You're Lucy, aren't you, the little kid?" Lucy tells him she's not a little kid anymore, but a high schooler in 11th grade, not 8th. Do-won playfully asks why she's taking the doll if she's not a kid anymore. He says he was just about to throw it away, but Lucy takes it from him, saying that even though she's grown up, she still likes dolls. Do-won laughs and reminds her that he did her a favor 3 years ago. Inside the hostel, Sang-Gyan is just sitting and not helping at all. Lucy scolds him for being lazy. When Sang-Gyan's other friends arrive and try to talk to Lucy, he keeps them away, saying they'll scare her. His friends introduce themselves to Lucy. Lucy asks them if it's true that Sang-Gyan has a lot of girls crazy about him, something he had told her before. His friends are surprised and tease Sang-Gyan, saying they've never seen him with any girls. Sang-Gyan glares at Lucy, who makes a face back at him, causing Do-won to realize she's still as mischievous as ever. When Do-won gets close to Lucy to pick up his phone, she blushes again. He has to leave for a job, so he says goodbye. Lucy leaves as well, refusing Sang-Gyan's offer to drive her home. She leaves in a hurry and forgets her notebook on the table. Later that night, Do-won calls Lucy using her brother's phone to tell her about the notebook. Lucy asks him to do her homework, an essay that's due the next day. Do-won says he'll ask Sang-Gyan to do it, but Lucy insists that he do it instead because her brother isn't good at writing essays. Do-won laughs and tells her to meet him at the bus stop at 6 a.m. the next day. He says he'll bring her notebook and help her with the essay. Lucy is overjoyed and sets multiple alarms on her phone. The next day, she arrives at the bus stop at 6 a.m., but Do-won isn't there. She remembers the day of her teacher's meeting when Do-won was also late. She starts to get upset and angry, and as she's about to leave, she trips and falls. Do-won appears right in front of her and apologizes for being late. As they walk to school, Lucy tells him not to talk to the teacher about anything and to just agree with whatever she says. Do-won suspects she may have gotten into a fight with other students, given how serious she is. They arrive at the school, and Lucy introduces Do-won to the teacher, who is surprised to learn that such a handsome and tall guy is Lucy's brother. The teacher complains about Lucy's lack of focus in class, even though she is a top student. Lucy is not bothered by this, as she's just happy that Do-won is there. The fanboy also shows up and asks if Do-won is really her brother. Lucy doesn't answer him. Do-won scolds Lucy in front of the teacher, telling her that she always praises the teacher at home, which impresses the teacher. When Lucy apologizes, the teacher easily forgives her. The scene shifts back to the present, where Lucy is still waiting for Do-won. He finally shows up with a carton of milk, which makes her happy. They sit down to study. Do-won helps her with the essay, but Lucy is more interested in asking him about his life. Do-won reminds her to focus on her studies so she isn't late for school. Lucy eventually finishes the essay, but it's not complete. As she's about to go into school, Do-won slips a completed essay into her bag that he wrote himself. He says he hopes it helps and leaves. Lucy is ecstatic, but then the fanboy shows up and tries to make her laugh. Lucy seems happy with him. After school, it's raining, and her parents tells Lucy to stay home because Song-gyan will be there with her. Song-gyan gets home a few hours later and looks for Lucy, who is hiding. He finds her and offers to take her out to dinner with him. Lucy refuses, saying she'll just make noodles for herself. However, she overhears him on the phone, telling someone that he's going to a restaurant with a friend. She assumes it's Do-won and changes her mind about going. Unfortunately, Do-won is not in the car with Sang-gyan. This makes Lucy's mood sour. But her happiness returns when Sang-gyan picks up Do-won from a nearby location. Do-won is sleepy and dozes off in the car. Lucy keeps looking at him. Do-won notices and asks why she didn't say hello when he got in the car. She says hello, then Do-won jokingly asks if she thinks he's handsome. Lucy gets nervous. Song-gyan tells him to stop teasing her. When Lucy says that Do-won isn't handsome, he asks why she keeps blushing whenever she looks at him. Sang-gyan and his other friend get mad at Do-won for teasing Lucy. They say he's a bad person, and Lucy agrees. Do-won is not happy with this and stays quiet for the rest of the ride. When they arrive at the restaurant, Lucy won't get out of the car, saying she wants to go with Sang-gyan to the parking lot. Sang-gyan insists that she get out. Do-won notices that she seems to be having some trouble and asks if she's okay. She says she feels a little weird and is going to the restroom. As she's about to get out of the car, Do-won quickly covers her with his jacket. Her skirt is stained. Lucy is surprised to see Do-won covering her up. Do-won telling Lucy to wait in the restroom before going with Sang-gyan to buy pads. The two guys are embarrassed but manage to buy the pads and give them to another girl to pass on to Lucy. Lucy is a bit awkward about the whole situation, but doesn't have much of a choice. When she comes out of the restroom, she tells Song-gyan and Do-won that she wants to go home. Song-gyan reassures her that everything is fine and tells her not to overthink it and that he is there with her. They go to the restaurant and order food. When Do-won finds out that Lucy doesn't like beef, he orders a separate dish for her. Lucy is touched by his thoughtfulness. A new scene opens with Lucy and her friend Minnie walking together. They are going to a birthday party. First, they go to a restaurant where Lucy is surprised to see Do-won working there part-time. Do-won asks if she's out with her friend and tells them to have fun. They sit down, and Minnie starts looking at the menu, but Lucy is completely focused on Do-won. She keeps stealing glances at him, and he notices, smiling at her. When Lucy goes up to order and pay, Do-won tells her she's a few dollars short. He says there's a tax for watching him. Lucy gets flustered and says that's not true, and if he were really that handsome, the restaurant would be full. Do-won laughs and refuses to take her money, saying that he can afford to cover the cost. Lucy quietly goes back to her seat, but then she overhears Do-won's boss giving him an advance on his pay because he needs money. This makes Lucy feel bad. Just then, Fu-heng, the birthday boy and the fanboy from school, shows up. He recognizes Do-won as Lucy's brother and says hello. Everyone decides to go to karaoke to continue the celebration, but Do-won stops Lucy and tells her to go home before it gets dark so people don't start to worry. Lucy agrees and leaves. In the next scene, everyone is celebrating Fu-heng's birthday at a karaoke place. Fu-heng is very happy and says he has something to say. He grabs Lucy's hand and pulls her to her feet, which makes Minnie uncomfortable. Fu-heng is about to confess his feelings for Lucy, but she doesn't like him that way and doesn't want to reject him in front of everyone, so she starts to leave. We can see from Minnie's face that she is very jealous. Fu-heng follows Lucy outside. Do-won also sees them leaving. Fu-heng confesses that he has liked her since they were kids, and that she is his first love. Lucy gently rejects him, saying that she has always only seen him as a friend, and that he shouldn't ruin their friendship with this kind of talk. Fu-heng is heartbroken because he has been trying to impress her for so long. He starts to cry. Lucy tries to comfort him, but he won't stop crying. Do-won, who has overheard their entire conversation, arrives. When Fu-heng sees him, he walks away. Do-won tells Lucy that she shouldn't have rejected her classmate so bluntly, but instead should have explained it to him more gently. She asked him whether he needed money, but Do-won refuses her help. Still, he feels good knowing that she cares about him. The next day at school, Lucy tries to talk to Minnie, but Minnie ignores her completely. This is strange to Lucy. The teacher is writing down names for a sports day, and he forces Lucy to sign up for the high jump because she never participates in sports. After school, Minnie continues to ignore Lucy, which hurts her feelings. In the next scene, Fu-heng is running in the sports day, and Minnie is cheering for him. Lucy finally realizes why Minnie is mad at her, because Minnie likes Fu-heng, but Fu-heng likes her instead. Lucy goes with another friend to register for the high jump. Sang-gyan and Do-won are at the registration booth. Sang-gyan disqualifies his sister because he knows she's not good at sports, and he starts laughing at her. Do-won wakes up, wishes Lucy good luck, and registers her anyway. Lucy gets ready for her turn. Do-won brings her a hat and tells her to warm up. Sang-gyan starts taking pictures of them, and Lucy tells him to stop because the photos look bad, but he doesn't listen. Do-won takes the camera from Sang-gyan and tells him to stop bothering his sister. The competition begins. The first girl makes a good jump, but when it's Lucy's turn, she can't do it. She tries again and still fails. Sang-gyan and Do-won tell her not to embarrass them and to just jump. Lucy relaxes and takes a running start. Everyone thinks she'll make it this time, but she falls and hurts her leg. Everyone rushes to help her. Sang-gyan starts carrying her on his back. Just then, the teacher asks Do-won, "Aren't you Lucy's brother? The one I met at the school a while ago? Then who is this?" Lucy blurts out that Sang-gyan is her father, and Do-won plays along saying, "Yes, he her father." Sang-gyan is furious that Lucy called him a father and says he's more upset about that than about her falling down. He puts her down, and Do-won picks her up instead and carries her to the medical room. Do-won puts medicine on Lucy's leg, and she is very happy, thanking him for being so kind and gentle. Sang-gyan comes back and takes her home. On the way home, Lucy realizes that Do-won isn't just kind to her, but to all the girls, which makes her a little sad. Her brother gives her a chocolate to make up for being mad at her earlier, and she feels happy again. The next day, Lucy has extra classes and calls her brother to pick her up, but he says he can't and that Do-won will take her home. Minnie comes to Lucy and asks if she wants to go shopping with her. Lucy is happy, thinking that Minnie isn't mad at her anymore, but Minnie has other plans. Do-won arrives at Lucy's school, but he can't find her. He asks the security guard to check her class, but the guard says no one is there. Do-won starts to worry. Meanwhile, Minnie keeps asking Lucy if she brought money. Lucy says yes, but asks why she keeps asking and where they're going. Minnie says they're going to a cyber cafe. Lucy says her mom told her not to go to places like that, and Minnie gets upset and says she's not a real friend because she always makes excuses. Minnie walks away, and Lucy follows her to try and cheer her up. Do-won is looking everywhere for Lucy, asking people if they've seen a girl with a hurt leg. An uncle tells him that she went in a certain direction. We then see Minnie and Lucy being bullied by 3 girls who demand money from Minnie. When Minnie says she doesn't have any, she says Lucy does. They take Lucy's wallet and find that she only has 50 yuan. They tell them to bring more money the next day, threatening to beat them up if they don't, and warning them that if they don't show up, they'll go to their school. The bullies leave. Lucy is terrified. Minnie apologizes, but Lucy realizes that Minnie brought her there on purpose. She confronts Minnie about her behavior, from ignoring her to not sitting with her at the sports day. Lucy cries out that Minnie shouldn't call her a friend anymore because she's terrible, and she leaves with her injured leg. She starts to get more upset because she feels a bit helpless, especially after the bullies hit her, and she suddenly sees Do-won. He finally found her and asks why she's in a dangerous place. He sees her scared expression and realizes something is wrong. He asks if she's okay, but Lucy starts to cry hysterically. Seeing her cry, Do-won hugs her and asks what's wrong. In the next scene, we see that Lucy told Do-won everything that happened. He was upset for her and told her not to hide what happened and to tell her teachers and parents. He then took her for a walk along a beautiful path to cheer her up, and it worked. The next day, Lucy leaves school and sees her brother, Sang-yeon, there with all his friends. They've come to teach the bullies a lesson. Lucy is hesitant and tries to walk away, but Do-won encourages her. She agrees. They go to the place where she was bullied. Do-won and another friend go inside, while Lucy waits outside with another friend. Inside, they find the 3 girls. Sang-yeon calmly explains to them that Lucy is his sister and that they should stop bullying people. The girls don't listen, so Sang-yeon gets angry and yells at them. Do-won also gets angry, and his expression scares the girls so much that one of them falls to the floor. Outside, Lucy is waiting. One of Sang-yeon's friends comes out and gives her her wallet back. She's so happy that she hugs him. Lucy's other friend asks Sang-yeon what he did inside. Sang-yeon boasts that he scares away 10 or 12 people a day at the gym, so this was nothing. Everyone laughs because they know he's lying. After a bit of joking around, they all leave. Minnie, who had taken Lucy to the bullies, is now being transferred to a different school. Before she leaves, she looks at Lucy, feeling very sorry for what she did. Lucy finds a note on her desk from Minnie asking for her forgiveness. The next scene shows Lucy taking an exam. When the results come out, she has good grades in everything except physics. Her dad says he will find a tutor for her, and that tutor is Sang-yeon. Sang-yeon tries to teach her, but they don't get along. Whenever Lucy asks the same question 2 or 3 times, Sang-yeon gets frustrated and says he can't do it anymore. Their mom tells Lucy that a new teacher will be coming tomorrow. Lucy is excited and gets ready to meet her new teacher. When she goes to the kitchen for a drink, she sees Do-won there and is shocked. Sang-yeon tells her that Do-won is her new tutor. Lucy is ecstatic. Sang-yeon, however, doesn't want Do-won to go, so he keeps playing games with him. Lucy takes a picture of Do-won without him noticing, but he does notice and starts posing for her. She gets nervous and pretends she was just fixing her camera. Sang-yeon asks her why she's taking pictures of Do-won and not him, since he's more handsome. Lucy calls her brother a monkey and runs away. Sang-yeon is hurt by this because she never says anything nice about him. In her room, Lucy looks at the picture of Do-won and starts posing like him. A little while later, Do-won starts tutoring Lucy. The next day, he realizes that Lucy isn't interested in physics. He decides to take her to a museum and get Sang-yeon's permission. The next day, they all go to the museum, but Sang-yeon doesn't want to go inside because he wants to play games. He goes to the game section, and Do-won and Lucy go into the museum. Do-won shows her all kinds of things and explains them to her. Lucy starts to get interested in science because she finds everything so cool, especially a plant that shows shadows of flowers when she touches it. Do-won asks if she's interested in science now, and she says yes. She asks him about his dream, and he says he wants to create an awesome game. She then asks him if he has a girlfriend. He says he doesn't have time for that, but promises to introduce her to his girlfriend if he ever gets one. Lucy doesn't like this idea, but she makes him promise to introduce her first so she can tell him if the girl is good for him or not. A little while later, Lucy is sitting and drawing. She draws a picture of them making a pinky promise. When Do-won comes back, she hides it. They talk for a bit about how much she likes drawing, and then they leave. Sang-yeon is waiting for them and drives them home. That night, Lucy can't find her drawing book and gets worried. She realizes she must have left it at the museum. She calls the museum, and they tell her that the boy she was with took it because he was the last one to leave. The next day, Sang-yeon gives Lucy her drawing book, saying that Do-won gave it to him to give to her. Lucy is confused as to why Do-won didn't give it to her himself. She wonders if he saw her drawings and knows that she likes him. Some of her drawings were about him. She decides to make up a story about a dating app so that Do-won doesn't think she likes him. Later, Sang-yeon is in his hostel room, angry. Do-won asks him what's wrong, and Sang-yeon says he's mad at his sister. He tells Do-won that Lucy told everyone she's dating someone from a dating app, and that he and their dad were furious. Do-won is also surprised. He tells Sang-yeon not to worry, and says that this kind of thing happens at their age, and that they can talk to her tomorrow. Sungyeon says no, and that he will find out who the boy is and run him over with his car because he can't believe that someone could trick his innocent sister. Lucy is also worried because her lie is causing her problems with her family. Sungyeon and Do-won come to her room to talk to her. Lucy covers her face and won't talk to Sungyeon because she knows he's mad at her. Sungyeon tells Do-won to talk to her. Do-won asks her what her boyfriend's name is and what he's studying. Lucy realizes that Do-won believes her lie. She says that he's in college and is graduating soon. Do-won is shocked and asks how old he is. Lucy says he's 5 years older than her, and she is actually talking about Do-won. Do-won tells her that she shouldn't be dating someone her age and that she should focus on her study until she graduates from high school. Lucy agrees. A few days later, Do-won is in his hostel room, playing a game and eating noodles when he gets a call from the hospital. He is told that his father's condition is not good, so he immediately leaves. A few days later, Lucy is worried because Do-won hasn't come to tutor her. She asks Sangyeon about it, and he tells her that Do-won went to his hometown for something urgent. Lucy is sad and calls Do-won from her room to ask him if everything is okay and if he has any problems. He says no, everything is fine. She asks him when he's coming back and if he will come to her graduation ceremony. He says yes, of course, and that he will definitely be there. Lucy is so happy and looks at a gift she's been preparing for him. Do-won is also happy after talking to Lucy because she always makes him smile. There's a knock on his door, and when he opens it, there's a girl there. We don't know who she is yet. She asks if he will invite her in, but he says no and tells her to talk from outside. This suggests he doesn't like her. She asks him if he's going to move back to his hometown after he graduates. He says yes. She asks him if she can come to his graduation ceremony with him, but he says no. She then tries to give him an envelope full of money, but he refuses to take it. The girl leaves. Do-won is very upset after this meeting, but we don't know why yet. At the graduation ceremony, Lucy arrives with her dad and brother. She is mesmerized when she sees Do-won. Her father congratulates Do-won while Lucy watches him from afar. Do-won notices her watching him and looks at her too. Lucy's dad, Sangyeon, and their friends leave, and Lucy goes to Do-won and gives him flowers. He asks if they are really for him, as he thought they were for her brother. Lucy tells him her dad already gave flowers to Sangyeon and that these are for him as her teacher. She's about to give him a present, but his friends call him over to take pictures. Lucy takes their photos. She overhears them talking about how they will all go their separate ways now and return to their hometowns. After they leave, Lucy asks Do-won if he will forget her. He says no and that he'll come to see her whenever he has free time. Do-won realizes that he should also take a picture with Lucy, and they take several cute photos together. That night, they are all drinking to celebrate their graduation. Sangyeon drinks nonstop, despite Do-won's warnings. He gets so drunk that Do-won has to take him home. Sangyeon keeps telling Do-won not to forget him when he moves back to his hometown. Lucy's mom sees how late it is and asks Do-won to stay the night. He is hesitant at first, but she insists. Lucy shows him where everything is and then goes to her room. Later that night, Lucy sees Do-won sitting alone outside. She joins him and asks what he's doing. Do-won, who was upset about his father's condition, sees Lucy smiling at him and feels better. Lucy asks him what's wrong, and he tells her that he is in a lot of debt. Lucy promises to help him with the debt as soon as she starts making money. Do-won laughs and tells her that he was just kidding. He tells her to spend the money she makes on herself and to buy nice things and travel. Lucy agrees. Lucy goes back to her room and is about to go to sleep when she hears the door open and close again. She goes to check and sees Do-won leaving. He says goodbye to her. She is sad, but says goodbye to him as well. She checks her phone and sees a message from him saying that he has a flight in the morning to his hometown and that he's leaving now. He tells her to take care of herself and to focus on her studies and that he'll send her presents every time she gets good grades. Lucy reminds him of the promise he made to her at the museum. Do-won thinks she's talking about the presents, but she's actually talking about his promise to introduce her to his girlfriend first. The next day, Lucy checks the percentage she needs to get into Do-won's university, and it is very high. She decides that she will work day and night to get into that university. Many days pass, and Lucy gets good grades every time and sends pictures of them to Do-won. He, in turn, sends her presents, and she is very happy with them. One day, she overhears her brother on the phone saying that Do-won has a new girlfriend. She is shocked and asks Sangyeon if it's true. He says he thinks so. Lucy goes to her room and starts crying, feeling that Do-won has broken his promise. This shows how crazy she is for him. She immediately takes a flight to his hometown. When she arrives, Sangyeon calls her and asks where she is. When she tells him she's in Do-won's hometown, he gets so angry that he loses control of himself. Lucy lies and tells him that she came to meet her boyfriend from the dating app. Sangyeon tells her not to move and that he is calling Do-won to pick her up. He threatens her not to meet the boy. Her parents are shocked to hear that their daughter has gone so far. They also tell her not to go anywhere and to call the police if the boy comes to her. Lucy is sitting in the same place when Do-won finally comes to her. With him is the girl everyone thought was his girlfriend. Lucy's heart breaks even more. Do-won is angry at her and asks her why she's there and if she knows how much her parents are worried about her. He reminds her of her promise to focus on her studies and not get into trouble. Lucy replies that she can't keep her promise if he can't keep his. Do-won calms down and gently asks her where the boy she came to meet is. Lucy says they've broken up because he felt she was too young for him. Do-won says that the boy made the right decision and that maybe he wants to wait for her until she grows up. Lucy starts crying, saying she knows he won't wait for her because he already has a girlfriend. She's saying all these things while thinking of Do-won. He tries to comfort her by telling her that she'll find someone better and that she just needs to wait until she is older and wiser. Lucy won't stop crying, so Do-won asks the girl with him for a tissue. He then tells Lucy to get up and that he will take her to lunch, but Lucy refuses, saying she just wants to go home. Do-won agrees, but tells her to freshen up first. Lucy goes to the restroom and starts crying even more, feeling that this is the end of her love story. A little while later, Do-won buys a flight ticket for her. Lucy tries to pay for the ticket, but he won't let her. She then gives him the present she was going to give him at the graduation ceremony. Do-won is happy and asks her if she still cares about him, but her expression tells him that something has changed. When he leaves for a moment, she puts the money for the ticket in his wallet because she no longer wants to accept anything from him. When he returns, she also gives him back the teddy bear he had given her. Do-won asks her why she's giving it back to him. She says it's nothing and that he can just consider it a present from her. She leaves, sadly. Do-won has no idea what she is going through. Lucy finally arrives home. She sees Song-gyan waiting for her at the airport. Before he can scold her, she gives him a tight hug and starts crying uncontrollably. Song-gyan thinks she's heartbroken because of her fake boyfriend, tries to comfort her. At home, her parents have many questions for her, especially her dad. Song-gyan gestures for them to be quiet, as Lucy is already very upset and regrets what she did. Lucy puts all of the things related to Do-won into a box, meaning that she is going to forget him. A lot of time passes, and Lucy finishes high school and gets into her dream university, the same one Do-won went to. We are introduced to 3 of her new friends: Rose, who likes to make vlogs, Lane, who is a cool type, and Shin, who is focused on her studies. Lucy bumps into a boy named Ming, who helps her pick up her books. He is from the sports department. Rose, who likes making new friends, invites Ming to her birthday party and tells him to bring his friends. Ming agrees. At the party, Lucy is waiting for everyone to arrive when Ming shows up with his friends. The scene shifts, and we see Do-won in the same town. We know it's his hometown, but he and Lucy don't see each other as they pass by. Ming and his friends are also at the party. He introduces a girl to Do-won, the same girl everyone thought was his girlfriend. This means she's just a friend. Lucy is also having fun with her friends when Ming comes and sits next to her, as he is interested in her. They talk for a bit. Lucy goes outside for some fresh air and accidentally takes her friend's jacket. A cigarette falls out of the pocket, and as she's picking it up, she hears Do-won call her name. She sees him sitting there. She is shocked to see him again after so long. Do-won picks up the cigarette pack and asks if she smokes now. Lucy says it's her friend's, but he doesn't believe her and asks if she's also drinking. She admits to having a little bit. Do-won then gets to the point and asks her why she's been ignoring his calls and messages and how long she's been at the university. When she tells him it's been a month, he says she could have found him by now. Lucy lies and says she's been busy with her studies and her part-time job and didn't have time to find him. Do-won reminds her that he also had a part-time job while studying, but he still made time to tutor her, reply to her messages, and even pick her up from school sometimes. Lucy has no answer for this because she can't tell him the real reason. She's been trying to avoid him since she heard he had a girlfriend. When he doesn't stop complaining, she makes an excuse to go inside and asks her friend when they're all leaving. Her friend says they'll leave around 11 p.m., but Lucy thinks that's too late because her mom told her not to stay out that late. She says goodbye to her friend and starts walking back to the hostel alone, muttering to herself. Do-won appears behind her and asks if she's talking to him. She gets flustered and stops. Do-won asks her where her friends are, and Lucy lies again, saying they'll be at the hostel later. Do-won offers to drive her back and tells her to talk to him and clear up any misunderstandings. Lucy stays silent. He asks if she came to this university because her dating app boyfriend lives in this town, but Lucy denies it. They finally arrive at the university, and Do-won gives her some medicine, telling her to take it before she sleeps so she doesn't get a headache in the morning. Lucy takes the medicine. When she wakes up, her friend asks her if she saw the messages from Ming. She says Ming kept asking about her after she left the party. Lucy checks her phone and sees that Ming messaged her, telling her not to walk alone to the hostel and that he'll drop her off next time. Lane and Rose tease her, saying he's definitely interested in her. Shin, however, looks sad because she also likes Ming. Lucy tells her friends that she has to tell them something important. She tells them about her friend who likes her brother's friend, a game developer. Lane asks what game he developed because she is interested in gaming. When Lucy says the name of the game, Lane is surprised and says it's the most popular game of the year. This reveals that Do-won has become very successful. Rose asks about the age gap between the boy and girl, and Lucy says the girl is 20 and the boy is 25. Her friends are surprised at the age gap, but say they shouldn't let it stop them if their love is true. Just then, Lucy's dad calls and tells her to take Do-won out for a thank you dinner because he did so much for her, like tutoring her and sending her gifts. Lucy agrees. Meanwhile, Do-won is working day and night to improve his game, making him a very successful game developer. He gets a message from Lucy, and a smile appears on his face. She asks him when he's free to go to dinner to thank him for dropping her off at her hostel. Do-won calls her and says he can't make it this week, but will go with her the following week. Lucy agrees. The next day, Lucy and her friends are on their way to class when Ming approaches her. Before he can say anything, Rose and her new boyfriend, one of Ming's friends, walk up and announce that they are officially dating. Everyone is happy for them. When they ask Ming why he's there, he says he has an extra ticket to the movies and wants to go with Lucy next week. Lucy, however, can't go because she already has plans with Do-won. She apologizes, which makes Ming sad. Shin looks on, also feeling bad for him. Everyone tells her to go with Ming, so Lucy says she'll try to adjust her schedule. At his house, Do-won receives a package from the girl who keeps bothering him, and he puts it in a corner with all the other packages she's sent. He then messages her, telling her to stop sending him presents and that he won't even open them. He tells her that he's sent back all her money and not to call or message him again. She sees his messages and keeps calling him, but he doesn't answer. Do-won has been working so hard that he hasn't been eating. His friend brings him food to a meeting and he eats it, but after the meeting, he gets a bad fever. He was supposed to have dinner with Lucy that night, so he calls her and cancels. Lucy, who's on her way, hears his voice and realizes he's sick. She tells him to stay put at his company and that she's coming to pick him up. He tries to tell her not to, but she doesn't listen and goes to get him. She takes him outside, supporting him. He jokingly asks, "Little kid, where are you taking this old man?" Lucy is annoyed, but doesn't say anything because she is focused on getting a taxi. She's so worried about him. He apologizes for calling her a little kid because he knows she doesn't like that name. Just then, they bump into each other, and their foreheads touch. They are both stunned and act like it didn't happen. Lucy finally gets a taxi and takes him to the hospital. The doctor says Do-won's condition is not good and that he has to stay there for treatment. Lucy is worried and sits in the waiting room. Her mom calls her and asks where she is. Lucy tells her that her dad told her to take Do-won out to dinner, but he got sick, so she brought him to the hospital. Her mom gets worried and tells Lucy that Do-won is all alone and that his mom died when he was 18. She says that they paid for her funeral, but Do-won paid them back, so they always worry about him. She says he often works overtime and doesn't take care of his health. Lucy feels bad for Do-won and goes to his room to take care of him. Do-won is shocked and asks her why she hasn't gone home and if she isn't scared. She says she's staying the night to take care of him. He tells her to go home, but she refuses. She goes to the restroom and thinks that she needs to clean his face because he has a fever and can't do it himself. She comes back to his room and tells him what she's going to do. Do-won starts to clean his face himself, but she asks if she can do it for him. He closes his eyes and she gently cleans his face. She looks at him from up close, and when he opens his eyes, they stare at each other. The situation gets a little romantic, and Lucy runs out, saying that he should have told her before he opened his eyes. Do-won also blushes and remembers the time their foreheads touched. They are about to go to sleep. Lucy checks her phone and sees a bunch of voice messages, which she quickly closes. Do-won asks her about Ming and asks if he's her boyfriend. She says no, he's just a friend. He asks if she's famous at her college, and she says yes, everyone is her friend and that she's cute. Do-won is quiet and Lucy falls asleep. The next day, before she goes back to college, she asks him if he needs anything. He asks her to bring him some clothes and his laptop from his house. She goes to his house, and she is happy to see a picture of her there. She also says hello to his mom. She puts his clothes in a bag, and as she's leaving, she sees the girl, Jiang, at his door again, knocking loudly. Lucy doesn't pay much attention and brings Do-won his things at the hospital. She tells him not to work too much on his laptop because he needs to rest. He jokingly says, "You're all grown up now, scolding me like my mom." Lucy says yes, she is, and that she's glad he noticed. An uncle comes to Do-won's room and asks if Lucy is his wife. Do-won jokingly says yes, and that's why she's scolding him. Lucy quickly corrects him, saying that she's just a family member, and she glares at Do-won. Lucy rushes back to college. Her friends are there with breakfast for her. After class, Ming runs up to her and asks her why she didn't show up for their movie date. She apologizes and says that a relative got sick and she had to stay at the hospital. Ming says it's okay and asks her to go with him the next day. Lucy agrees. Ming is clearly interested in her and wants to spend more time with her. Do-won is discharged from the hospital and goes home. He sees a bunch of sticky notes that Lucy left for him, telling him what to do and when to take his medicine and what fruits to eat. He follows all her instructions and realizes that she's the only person who cares about him like family member, and he's happy about it. The next day, he's at work and Jiang keeps messaging and calling him. He ignores her, and we don't know why he doesn't want to have a relationship with her. We see Lucy on a date with Ming. They have a good time watching a movie and playing games. When they get back to the hostel, they run into Lucy's friends who are planning to celebrate New Year's together. Ming agrees to join, but Lucy says she doesn't want to go because she doesn't like crowds. Ming is disappointed, as he only agreed to go because of Lucy. The next day, all of Lucy's friends get ready for the party. Shin has a new look, and everyone is surprised by how cute she looks. Lucy still refuses to go, so her friends leave without her. Ming waits for Lucy, and when she tells him she's not going, he gets sad. Shin, who has a crush on Ming, is happy when he compliments her new look. Meanwhile, Do-won calls Lucy and asks her out to dinner, the one they missed because he was sick. Lucy agrees and meets him at a restaurant. Do-won insists on paying for the dinner as a thank you for taking care of him at the hospital. While they're talking, Jiang shows up with her friend. She sees Do-won with Lucy and gets angry, demanding to know why he hasn't been answering her calls and messages. Do-won tells her to leave because they have nothing to do with each other, but Jiang refuses and throws water on him. Lucy, shocked, throws water back at Jiang. Jiang gets even angrier and asks who Lucy is to interfere between them. Lucy replies that no matter who she is, Jiang can't treat Do-won like that. Jiang picks up a tray to hit Lucy, but Do-won takes it from her and warns her not to touch Lucy. Jiang keeps asking who Lucy is and how Do-won can forget her. The restaurant staff forces Jiang to leave. Do-won is upset, so Lucy gives him her coat and cleans his face. She then wraps a scarf around his neck. Do-won is touched by her concern. Lucy asks him who Jiang is, and he says she's not important and that it has something to do with his father. Lucy remembers meeting her at his house and asks if she heard him. He says no, but Lucy tells him that Jiang has no right to bully him and that he shouldn't stay quiet if she does it again. Do-won agrees. Lucy notices that Do-won has a cut on his face and she puts medicine on it. Do-won starts to feel like he might have feelings for Lucy, but he's not sure yet. It starts to snow and Lucy gets excited. They both make a wish. Lucy wishes that Do-won will like her back and Do-won wishes that Lucy will always be happy. At the same time, Lucy's friends are also making wishes. Rose asks Shin what she wished for, but Shin doesn't tell her. She looks at Ming and says she wished for him. When she asks Ming what he wished for, he says he wished that the girl he likes would get her wish. The next day, Do-won is walking home happily when he sees Jiang at his door. She apologizes for her behavior but asks how he could be with another girl. Do-won tells her to leave, saying he doesn't owe her anything. Jiang says his father killed her father and his mother promised to take care of her forever. She asks how he can break his mother's promise. Do-won gets very angry, pushes Jiang away, and goes inside. He remembers his past, how his father was responsible for Jiang's father's death, and how he and his mother went to apologize to Jiang and her mother. Jiang's uncle pushed them away, and Jiang, who was also very angry, asked them to bring her father back. Duwan's mother promised to take care of Jiang and her mother for the rest of their lives. When Duwan went to school, he wrote an apology letter to Jiang, but she threw it away because she hated him. Everyone at school found out, and they all called him the son of a murderer. Duwan was very depressed. Now, in the present, he looks at his mother's picture and apologizes to her. He then sees a picture of Lucy and smiles, realizing that she is his happiness. Outside fireworks are going off. Duwan takes a picture and sends it to Lucy, who is also watching fireworks. The next day, Duwan's friend calls him and tells him that he's getting married soon. He asks Duwan if he's found anyone yet. Duwan immediately thinks of Lucy and wonders why he's thinking about her. In the next scene, Ming meets Lucy and her friends, who are planning to go to a restaurant. Ming offers to go with them, but Lucy refuses again because she has to meet Duwan. Ming is upset. Lucy messages Duwan and says she's coming to his workplace to see him. He is happy, but then finds out from his friend that Jiang is downstairs causing a scene, trying to meet him. He quickly leaves through another exit and takes Lucy somewhere else. He tells her to stop coming to see him so often, which makes Lucy sad. She tells him that she just came to give him a camera so he could have proof if Jiang bothered him again. Lucy is hurt by his words and leaves without another word. Duwan said what he said to protect her from Jiang. Because of his words, Lucy becomes sad and stops replying to his messages. She instead focuses on her exams. After her exams, she and her friends go out to celebrate. They talk about going home for the holidays. Lucy drinks a lot while missing Duwan. Ming comes to sing a song for her, but she isn't paying attention. The song is a love song, and Lucy doesn't even look at him. Because she's so drunk, Duwan calls her and she answers. He realizes she's drunk and gets angry, asking her what she's doing out so late and who she's with. She says she's with her friends. He tells her to stay there and that he's coming to get her. Lucy grabs her bag and goes outside. Ming follows her, trying to stop her, but she keeps pushing him away. He tells her that he sang the song for her, and she asks why. Before he can answer, she falls down because she is so drunk. Ming tries to help her up, and just then, Duwan arrives. He gets jealous for the first time, seeing her with another guy. He pushes Ming away and says he's a family member. Ming says he was just taking care of her until her family member arrived, and then he leaves. Duwan grabs Lucy's hand and starts to take her away. Lucy tells him to let her go. He says he knows she's mad, but she shouldn't be alone with another guy so late at night. Lucy says she's an adult and can do whatever she wants. She tries to leave alone, but then throws up. Duwan doesn't say anything and just hugs her to calm her down. She sits on the ground again and starts crying, saying she's fat and ugly. Duwan laughs at her, but then comforts her and carries her on his back. Lucy tells him she has a secret and that she likes someone, but he doesn't like her back. Duwan asks who it is, but she only says that he's kind to everyone and that she thought he was only kind to her. She says he doesn't treat her specially because she isn't special to him, and she starts crying even more. Duwan doesn't like seeing her cry. When they get in the car, he promises to always treat her specially and to be the person who brings her happiness, even if her crush doesn't. Duwan still doesn't know that she's talking about him. He then reminds her that when she was little, she didn't like that he was 20 and she was a kid, but now she's also 20. Lucy, who is semi-conscious, doesn't reply. Duwan just stares at her. The next day, Lucy's friends ask her who the handsome guy who dropped her off was. Lucy tells them it was the guy she told them about. Lane asks, "Your crush?" And Lucy accidentally says yes, which reveals her secret to all her friends. In the next scene, Lucy is going home for the holidays, and Duwan is dropping her off at the airport. He puts her luggage in the car, and Ming arrives to talk to Lucy. Duwan gets jealous but stays in the car. Ming tells Lucy that he sang the song for her and that he's liked her since he first saw her. Lucy is shocked. Before she can reject him, she remembers Duwan telling her not to reject people bluntly. She thanks Ming for liking her and for singing the song, but tells him that she likes someone else. Ming is heartbroken but asks if they can still be friends. Lucy says yes, and he gives her some food before leaving. In the car, Duwan asks her a lot of questions about Ming, like who he is and why she was with him last night. Lucy explains that she wasn't alone and that Ming is a friend of her friend Rose's boyfriend, and he's a good person. Duwan then asks if he's the secret crush she told him about last night. Lucy is shocked. Lucy, realizing she said a lot about her crush to Duwan while drunk last night, quickly denies that Ming is the one. She tries to get Duwan to tell her what she said, but he won't, and she gets upset. Duwan asks what kind of guys she likes, but she turns the question on him and asks why he is still single. He says he wants a girlfriend and asks her to find one for him. Lucy says all of her friends are her age, and he says that's fine. This surprises Lucy, who remembers him saying he didn't like dating younger girls. Duwan clarifies that a girl just needs to be 20 and over. This makes Lucy even happier, as it means she could also date Duwan. Duwan seems happy to have confirmed this with her. The next scene shows Lucy arriving home, where Sangyan picks her up from the airport. She has presents for everyone, but Sangyan initially doesn't like the glasses she got him. He eventually accepts them, as it's the first time she's brought him something so thoughtful. Everyone is happy to see her, especially Sangyan, who missed all the times he used to annoy her. A friend of Duwan's, who is getting married soon, wants to know about the girl Duwan likes. He tells Duwan to propose to her before she finds someone else. Duwan says that if she finds someone better than him, he'll be happy for her. His friend then asks if she likes someone else and what she said about her crush. When Duwan explains that she said her crush is kind to everyone and treats everyone the same, his friend suggests that she was talking about Duwan. Duwan denies it, but the thought lingers in his mind. A few days later, it's the wedding day. Everyone is happy, and Duwan joins them. He keeps bothering Sangyan, so Sangyan switches seats with Lucy. Now, Lucy is sitting next to Duwan. He messages her, saying he's happy to see her after so long and gestures to her phone to check it. She reads the message but doesn't reply. When she reaches for a strawberry, someone else grabs it, and she sits back down sadly. Duwan notices this. He keeps asking her about her crush, including his name and what he's studying. Lucy stutters her answers. It gets late, and Lucy tells Sangyeon that she's going home, but he doesn't listen. She starts to walk home alone, but Do-won follows her. He tells her he took Sangyeon's car keys and is going to drive her home. Lucy initially refuses, but eventually agrees. On the way, he stops and buys strawberries for her. He gives them to her, and she is so happy that she starts eating them. Do-won asks her to hold out her hand and then takes a strawberry from her hand. Lucy is surprised, but Do-won is happy. When they get to her house, Do-won asks if she's going back to her hostel tomorrow since he's also leaving and suggests they go together. Lucy agrees. Do-won then gives her a beautiful bracelet. Lucy thanks him and goes inside, where she immediately searches online for the meaning of a guy giving a girl a bracelet. The search results say it means he's interested in her. Lucy is overjoyed. The next day, Do-won comes to pick Lucy up, but he's exhausted from working on his game all night. Lucy gives him some of her breakfast, but he gives it back to her, saying he hasn't had any either. Lucy splits it with him, making him happy. They get to the airport where Do-won's old friend sees them and asks if Lucy is his girlfriend. He then says, "Oh, sorry, your girlfriend is Jiang, right?" Do-won asks who told him that, and his friend apologizes and leaves. Lucy asks who Jiang is, not knowing that's the name of the girl who threw water on Do-won. Do-won explains that Jiang is the girl who threw water on him and asks if he would have her as a girlfriend. Lucy then says, "Oh, so the girl who came to the airport that day is your girlfriend?" Do-won laughs to himself, realizing she thought his company director was his girlfriend. He turns his head away so she doesn't see him laughing. Lucy gets back to her hostel and, after putting her things away, runs back out to say goodbye to Do-won. Rose sees her and asks if she really likes him and why she won't just tell him how she feels. Lucy says that Do-won has treated her like a sister since she was a child and she can't just confess her feelings. Rose tells her that Do-won's behavior toward her has changed and that he might be interested. This makes Lucy think. Do-won, meanwhile, is in his car, thinking. He remembers Lucy stuttering when she talked about her crush and how she said she met him for the first time at a bar, which is impossible. He realizes that there's no other guy, and he is Lucy's first love. He remembers how she came to his hometown for him and how he was the dating app boyfriend she was talking about. He calls his friend to tell him everything, and his friend says, "I knew it. I knew she liked you." Do-won is even happier now. The next day, Lucy and her friends are at a cafe when Do-won calls her. Rose urges her to answer the call in front of them. Do-won asks if she wants to go to dinner. Lucy says yes, but not tomorrow because she is busy, so they decide to go the day after. Her friends are happy for her because she is finally going on a date with her crush. Shin asks, "What about Ming?" Lucy says that he's just a friend and that she's already been clear with him. Shin is also happy to hear this. On the day of the date, Lucy's friends help her get ready. When she goes to meet Do-won, he is stunned and tells her she looks very pretty. Lucy is happy, but he tells her he is taking her to meet someone, and her mood sours. She thinks he is going to introduce her to his girlfriend, as he promised. When they get to the restaurant, the company director from the airport is there. Do-won leaves, pretending he has to take a call. The director clarifies that she is not his girlfriend, but his company director, and that she was at the airport that day because she wasn't feeling well. She also says that Do-won cares a lot about Lucy and told her that he used to see her cry a lot as a child, but now he can't bear to see her cry. This makes Lucy realize how wrong she was to think that Do-won didn't care about her. Just then, Do-won returns, and his coworkers also come. They ask who Lucy is, and Do-won says she's his friend. Lucy is surprised because he used to always call her his sister. She gets quiet, and Do-won asks her if she wants to leave. He holds her hand and takes her outside. He asks if she wants to go to another restaurant, but she is still in shock. From him holding her hand, he lets go of her hand. Lucy asks him if he told the director to tell her the truth. He says yes, to clear up any misunderstandings and prevent any problems in the future. Lucy stares at him. He then asks if she wants to go to a movie. She agrees, and they go to the theater. Lucy messages her friends, telling them she's going to be home late, and they are happy for her. Do-won asks who she's talking to, and she says her roommate. Do-won gets her a coffee, but it has milk in it, and Lucy says she's allergic to milk. Do-won is shocked because he didn't know, and immediately goes to return it. When he comes back, Lucy's face is red from the allergy. He tells her to come with him to the doctor. The next scene shows Lucy with a bandage on her face. Do-won brings her some medicine, which she takes. He then gets close to her and stares at her. Do-won stares at her, telling her she looks cute. She keeps touching her face, so he grabs her hands and starts walking with her. Lucy says she feels like a dog, and he laughs. Do-won then asks if she'd like to celebrate her birthday with him, and she agrees. Lucy's friends are waiting for her. When she comes back, they ask her how her date with Do-won went, and she says it was great. The next day is Lucy's birthday. She gets ready and goes to meet Do-won, who is waiting for her outside the hostel. Ming stops her to wish her a happy birthday and give her a present. Do-won looks at them, and Ming smiles at him. Lucy takes Ming's gift, but Do-won takes it from her, saying he'll hold it for her. As they walk together, Do-won asks her again about her secret crush, wondering if he is tall and handsome. When Lucy says yes, Do-won gets closer and asks if he could be the one, since everything she has said about him matches Do-won. Lucy is shocked and wonders if he knows her secret. She says no, it's not him, and if it was, she would have told him. He tells her to think about it again. Maybe she's just nervous. Lucy confidently says no, it's not him, and walks away. Later, they are on a bus, and Lucy is about to fall, so Do-won asks her to hold his hand. She lightly holds his hand, but he holds it properly, and they both blush. In the movie theater, Do-won reaches for her hand, but Lucy refuses, saying it's not right. He says, "It's okay, you're not my girlfriend anyway." This shocks Lucy so much that she can't even drink her beverage, but Do-won seems happy about his statement. After the movie, they go to Do-won's house. Lucy is surprised when she sees his terrace, which is beautifully decorated, and he has 2 cakes for her. She is so happy. She blows out the candles, cuts the cake, and he gives her his present, telling her to open it at her hostel. Lucy is eating her cake when Duwan asks her what kind of guy she likes, since she will eventually date someone. Lucy says she likes someone who is gentle, kind, handsome, sweet, and tall. Duwan stands up to match her height description and says he has all those qualities so he could date her. Lucy is shocked and says that he treats her like his little sister and says she is too young. Duwan clarifies that things are different now and that she never truly thought of him as a brother. He says he knows she has feelings for him and asks to clear things up today. Lucy is silent, unable to speak. Duwan asks her to say something. As he can't breathe, Lucy thinks the same thing to herself. He then asks if she doesn't like him, and she nervously says yes, she doesn't. She then corrects herself and says she isn't sure of her feelings. She asks him to propose to her a few more times to make up her mind. Duwan asks if she wants him to propose multiple times. Lucy says yes and adds that she didn't reject him. Duwan then says that if she didn't reject him, she must have feelings for him and is just shy. Lucy denies this too and changes the subject by complimenting the cake. Duwan says he can make it for her every day. Lucy blushes and laughs. The scene shifts to Lucy's hostel, where her friends also bring her a cake and wish her a happy birthday. Lucy blows out the candles and thanks them. Lane asks her how her date with Duwan went, and she tells them that he proposed to her. Her friends are very happy for her, and Lucy can't stop smiling. The next day, Lucy opens Duwan's present, a camera. While checking it out, she finds a photo of his body, so she sends it to him and asks what it means. Duwan is surprised and remembers that he must have accidentally clicked it while packing the camera. He tells her the whole story. Lucy says it's okay because the photo is blurry and you can't see anything clearly. Duwan, in a flirty way, says he can send her an HD version if she wants, and Lucy gets shy and says no. After talking to Duwan, Lucy gets a message from Sang-Yan, who wishes her a happy birthday and sends her some money. Lucy tells him she has started to like someone and wants to be in a relationship with him. She says he is a bit older than her. Sang-Yan immediately says no, telling her that she can't date anyone until she finishes college. Lucy asks why she can't date, but Sang-Yan is firm and says he won't let her and will get angry if she does. The next scene shows Lucy happily looking at the bracelet Duwan gave her. Rose asks her when she's going to say yes to Duwan, but Lucy says she doesn't know and starts thinking. The next day, Lucy is with her friends at a restaurant when Duwan calls her and asks to meet tomorrow. She is about to say yes, but her friends tell her not to, so he doesn't think it's too easy. Duwan asks if they can meet the day after, but Lucy says no again, following her friend's advice. Duwan is confused and asks his friends why girls change so suddenly. When he calls Lucy for the third time to meet, Rose tells her to say yes, since he's asked 3 times, which shows he really likes her and wants to meet. Lucy agrees, and Duwan is overjoyed. On the day of their date, Lucy gets ready, but Duwan calls her and says he can't meet because of urgent work. Lucy goes out with her friends instead. The next day, she gets ready again, but Duwan cancels again because of a problem at his company. Lucy goes out with her friends again. The next night, her friends are surprised to see her at home again. They ask if Duwan canceled again, and Lucy says yes. Rose says that guys are all liars and asks if she's angry. Lucy says no, but then she starts angrily punching a toy, which scares her friends. Duwan, meanwhile, was genuinely busy with work but is now free. He sets up a new date with Lucy for the next day. However, he cancels again at the last minute, which makes Lucy very sad. Her friends take her out to cheer her up. We then see Duwan at the hospital with his father. The doctor says his father has been sick for 10 years and that he needs an operation to fix his lung problem. Duwan doesn't say anything and just sits next to his father looking sad. We then see a flashback. It's snowing and Duwan is happy. His mother has made his favorite food, but he is waiting for his father. His father comes home looking very scared and says he accidentally hit someone with his car while drunk and that they must be dead. He says no one saw him, so he ran home. Duwan is angry and tries to call the police, but his father stops him. Duwan says it could have happened to them too and that they should inform the police so the person he hit could be saved. His father keeps trying to stop him, but Duwan tells the police everything. His father then falls from the stairs, which shocks Duwan. Duwan and his mother work hard to pay off his father's debt. Duwan tells his mother he will quit college and work full-time, but his mother makes him promise that he will never quit his studies. Then, his mother gets a severe illness and passes away. In the present, Duwan is very sad, thinking about his past and how he has only known sorrow and has been carrying responsibilities since he was a child. The scene shifts back to Lucy and her friends who are studying. Lucy says she's tired of being ignored and that she will also ignore Duwan. Just then, Duwan shows up. Jin walks away and Lucy is shocked. Duwan says he came to do some work at the university. Lucy asks if he finally has time to see her. Duwan smiles and apologizes but says he just ran into her by chance. Jin secretly takes a picture of them. Lucy scolds her and everyone in the class is talking about how handsome her boyfriend is and how lucky she is. Lucy is so distracted by Duwan that she can't study, so she pretends to sleep. Duwan leans in and gives her a kiss from a distance. Lucy, shocked, pulls him closer and kisses him back, completely stunning him. She says it's just revenge and not an acceptance of his proposal. Duwan laughs and says that's unfair, and that if she's going to do that, she should be prepared for him to do the same. Lucy says she'll complain to her brother about it, but Duwan says he doesn't care because everyone will find out eventually. Lucy is left speechless, and Duwan just keeps staring at her, making her blush. Lane and Rose find out that Lucy's crush is at their university and are happy for her. Lucy and Duwan are walking and talking about how much they missed each other. They then go to see Ming play basketball, where they also run into Lucy's other friends. The game is going well, but Ming gets hurt and can't play play anymore. Do-won is asked to play in his place. Lucy asks if he even knows how to play, and he gives her a confident smile, revealing that he's a basketball champion. He plays incredibly well, and Lucy can't believe it. She starts cheering for him loudly. Ming, who is also watching, is surprised at how well he plays and says he's Lucy's brother. Shin corrects him, saying he's not her brother, he's her boyfriend. Ming is sad to hear this. Do-won's team wins, and everyone is excited. The four friends are talking about whether to go home for the summer break or stay and do other courses. Rose, Lane, and Shin decide to stay. Lucy tries to get permission from her brother, Sang-yeon, to stay, but he says no, thinking she just wants to stay with her boyfriend. Lucy explains that she wants to do an internship, but he still says no. She then teases him, asking if he's just jealous because he never had a girlfriend in college. This hits a nerve with Sang-yeon, who says he has a girlfriend now and tells her not to bring up old wounds. He says she has to come home for the summer break, or he will come and get her. He hangs up on her. Lucy messages him back saying she's staying with her friends anyway. Shin sees Ming and gives him a spray for his injury. Rose and Lane realize that Shin has a crush on Ming. Ming thanks Shin, who then asks if he's upset about Lucy and her boyfriend. Ming says he's a little shocked but happy that Lucy has found love. Shin leaves and her friends tease her about liking Ming. Shin says she wants to interview him for her video editing course and asks if they think he would say yes. Rose says he definitely would. Do-won is at work. After he gets off, Lucy surprises him. It's his birthday. He's happy she remembered. Lucy teases him for being old, and he says he should get married soon. Lucy says he shouldn't, as she hasn't graduated yet. Do-won laughs and says he was joking since she hasn't even accepted his proposal. Lucy gets shy and walks away. In the car, she asks if his friends wished him a happy birthday. He says they don't even remember their own birthday, so they definitely wouldn't remember his. Lucy secretly messages Sang-yeon to tell him it's Do-won's birthday. Sang-yeon calls Do-won to wish him a happy birthday and asks if his sister gave him a present. Do-won is confused but says yes. Sang-yeon says he told her to give him a gift and takes all the credit. Lucy is shocked at how cunning her brother is. Sang-yeon, unaware that Lucy is with Do-won, starts talking about how Lucy has a boyfriend who is older than her and asks Do-won to find out who he is and where he lives so they can go beat him up. Lucy, shocked, accidentally makes a sound, and Sang-yeon realizes she's there. She admits she's with Do-won and that they are going to celebrate his birthday. Sang-yeon asks if there's something going on between them, but Lucy cuts him off and says she is giving him a birthday party from Sang-yeon's side and quickly hangs up. Do-won teases her, saying she told her brother she has a boyfriend, even though she said she wasn't ready to be his girlfriend. Lucy is embarrassed and asks what would happen if she rejected him. Do-won says he would chase her until she says yes. Lucy laughs. They arrive at the restaurant and Lucy drags him inside. Do-won is embarrassed, but when he sees the decorations, he's touched. Lucy tells him to sit down and that she's going to make him some noodles. She goes into the kitchen and struggles to make them, but Do-won just laughs and takes pictures of her. Finally, she makes the noodles, and Do-won, even though they are strange tasting, says they are delicious and eats them. Lucy is so happy. She tells him to blow out the candles and he makes a wish. When he opens his eyes, she asks what he wished for and he says he wished for her. Lucy is touched and realizes how much he loves her. She finally says yes to him. Do-won is so happy and asks if she is really ready to be his girlfriend. She says yes and gets shy. Do-won can't stop staring at her. He grabs her hand and pulls her close, finally kissing her. They are now officially a couple. He tells her she's his first girlfriend and the first person he has ever truly loved. Lucy is happy. The scene shifts to them at the beach. Do-won is still staring at her and says he can't believe she's his girlfriend now. He then opens up about his past, telling her that his mom passed away and his dad is in a coma because of a drunk driving accident many years ago. He says Jiang's father died in that accident and that he doesn't have his own house, just a car and some saving. He asks if she's okay with all this. Lucy says yes and comforts him, telling him everything will be okay. Do-won is happy to hear this and they talk for a while longer. The next day, Do-won is waiting for Lucy outside her college. She comes to meet him and says she's going to the library. He says it will be crowded and suggests they go to his place where he cook for her. She happily agrees. At his place, he shows her his study table so she can study comfortably. Instead of going to the kitchen, he sits next to her, saying he just wants to look at her for a little longer because he can't get enough of her. Lucy, with a mischievous smile, moves closer to him. Do-won is surprised by her boldness. As she tries to move away, he gently grabs her, saying he hasn't had his fill of looking at her and wants to stay longer. Lucy, however, says she has to study. During lunch, Lucy is happy with his cooking. After the meal, she insists on doing the dishes, and Do-won joins her in the kitchen. He ties an apron around her waist, creating a romantic atmosphere. He asks why she's doing dishes when she never did them at home. She says she wants to learn so he won't have to do everything alone in the future. Lucy then apologizes for thinking too far ahead. He just laughs and helps her with the dishes. Later, Lucy is studying for her exams but falls asleep on Do-won's bed. He comes into the room, and the sound of his footsteps wakes her. She falls off the bed in a panic. When he asks what she's doing on the floor, she says she's studying and likes to read that way. Do-won, knowing better, helps her back onto the bed. He moves closer to kiss her, but she pushes him away, flustered. He apologizes and asks why she was on the floor. She admits she fell asleep on his bed and fell off in a hurry when she heard him coming so he wouldn't make fun of her. He tells her she should rest when she's tired and then leaves the room. That night, Do-won is walking her back to her hostel. She grabs his hand, saying, "I like you a lot." He says the same to her and kisses her on the forehead. They are both happy. His friend Bang calls him and notices he sounds happy. Do-won tells him that Lucy is his girlfriend now. Bang is happy and congratulates him, saying Do-won should thank him. Bang then, without knowing who the girl is, posts a message in their group chat announcing that Do-won has a girlfriend. Do-won quickly tells him to delete the message and asks him if he even knows who the girl is. Bang says no, so Do-won gives him a hint, saying it's someone he knows well who came to his wedding. Bang still doesn't understand, so Do-won tells him she's graduating from a university in his hometown. Bang realizes he's talking about Lucy and immediately hangs up, saying he's not involved in this mess. Do-won calls him back and says he can't back out now since he gave him advice. Bang is nervous and says Sang-yeon will kill him for dating his sister. Do-won says he'll talk to Sang-yeon. Sang-yeon sees the message in the group chat and calls Bang, who adds Do-won to the call. Sang-yeon calls Do-won a traitor best friend and asks who the unlucky girl is. Do-won says he'll tell him when he comes to his hometown. Sang-yeon agrees, but asks Do-won to bring Lucy with him since she's also supposed to be home soon. Do-won agrees, and it's clear that Sang-yeon trusts Do-won with his sister. In the next scene, Shin is interviewing Ming, but he is too shy to say anything. Lucy comes back to her room, and Rose asks her where she was all day. Lucy tells her she was at Do-won's place to study. Rose asks if they kissed, and Lucy says no because she was too nervous and pushed him away. She is now worried that he thinks she doesn't like him. Rose tells her to kiss him first on their next date so he knows she's serious. Lucy agrees and messages Do-won to ask him on a date for next weekend. He says yes. A few days later, they are on their date at a roller skating rink. Lucy doesn't know how to skate, so Do-won teaches her. Lucy tells him she's going to kiss him today, and he gets flustered, nearly falling over. She reassures him and says he can say no if he doesn't want to. Do-won says no, he wants her to kiss him. They count down from 3, but just as Lucy is about to kiss him, he skates away. Lucy chases him, but he keeps skating away from her. She gets annoyed and he apologizes, stopping in his tracks. She finally catches up to him and, without warning, kisses him. Do-won is surprised and says, "How could you kiss me like that?" Lucy says they can do it again, and they share another kiss. They are both very happy. After her exams, Lucy is with her friends when she gets a call. She had applied for a few jobs and got an offer. She's worried that her parents will be upset because they want her to work in their hometown. The next day, Do-won is waiting for Lucy outside her college when a girl comes up to him, asks for directions, and then asks for his WeChat ID. Lucy, who is watching from a distance, just stands there. Do-won tells the girl he can't give her his ID because his girlfriend would kill him. The girl leaves, and Lucy, who is now jealous, walks over to him. He tries to make her feel better, saying he will always be hers. Later at the market, a boy comes up to Lucy and asks for her ID. Do-won, who is watching, gets a little jealous, but Lucy refuses and says she has a boyfriend. The boy leaves, but Do-won is still jealous and asks her why she was so nice to him. Lucy explains that she wasn't and just told him she had a boyfriend. Do-won then asks her to say it louder, and she yells, "I have a boyfriend." Do-won, shy and happy, smiles and walks away. We see Lucy, who's very happy because she passed her job interview. Do-won is busy with company work when his director suddenly falls ill and is taken to the hospital by her husband. Meanwhile, Lucy is getting ready for her first day of work. She gets a message from Sang-yeon asking if she's booked her tickets to come home. Lucy tells him she's not coming home and is staying for an internship, which she had told him about before, and that their parents gave her permission. Sang-yeon gets angry, saying she never listens to him. Lucy says she wants to get some experience and will come home during her next vacation. Sang-yeon starts yelling at her, assuming she's doing this because of her boyfriend. Lucy's friends can overhear the conversation. He brings up how she was once fooled by a guy she met on a dating app and questions what's to stop that from happening again. Lucy angrily hangs up. Her friends are surprised by how angry her brother is and wonder what will happen when he finds out she's dating his best friend. Lucy says she'll handle it but decides to tell him today. She types out a message saying she's dating Do-won, but when she tries to send it, she realizes Sang-yeon has blocked her. The next day, Lucy goes to her workplace. A colleague explains her duties, then introduces her to their team lead, Shilu. Lucy doesn't recognize her, but Shilu recognizes Lucy as the girl who threw water on Jiang that night. Shilu leaves without listening to Lucy and immediately starts bullying her. She gives Lucy a lot of work, then asks her to print something from the printer. When Lucy can't figure it out, Shilu yells at her, "Are you from another world? Can't you use a printer?" Lucy feels humiliated. That night, Lucy is sitting outside her office. Her mom calls to ask how her first day was, and Lucy lies, saying it was good. Do-won arrives with flowers for her and a big hug. He asks her a lot of questions about her first day, and Lucy teases him, saying he sounds like her dad. Do-won then gives her a toy, telling her to use it to vent her anger whenever she feels frustrated. Lucy laughs and says it looks just like Sang-yeon. She starts hitting the toy, and Do-won asks if she and her brother fought. She is surprised and asks how he knew. He says he's not blind. Lucy tells him everything, and Do-won jokes that he'll have to get her another toy soon. The next day, Lucy is buried in work, and Shilu keeps bothering her. She's so stressed that she forgets to eat lunch. Do-won calls her, and she lies, saying everything is fine and that everyone is nice. Just then, Shilu yells at her for being on the phone during work. Do-won, who has overheard this, is worried about Lucy. That night, Lucy's work is still not done. Everyone leaves, but she stays. When she's finally done, she tells Shilu, who tells her to leave the files in her office and take another box of files with her to work on. Lucy gets upset, wondering why she is being treated this way. Do-won is also working late due to the director's absence. Food arrives for him with Lucy's name on it. Everyone realizes it's from his girlfriend and asks for some, but Do-won refuses. He takes a picture of the food and sends it to Lucy, thanking her and asking if she has eaten. Lucy says no, and a colleague asks why she is still there. Do-won, surprised, tells her to wait for him and not go home alone. He quickly eats his food and leaves to pick her up. When Do-won arrives, Lucy looks at him silently. He tells her she can hug him if she wants, and she immediately does, saying she missed him. He asks if she's okay now. She says yes and tells him that seeing and hugging him recharges her. He asks her to recharge him with a tight hug, and she hugs him even tighter. She then becomes quiet and sad, and a call comes in for her. Do-won tells her to answer it, but she doesn't. After a while, she answers, and Shilu gives her more work. Lucy is upset but doesn't tell Do-won anything and just leaves with him. At the hostel, Lucy starts working again. Do-won is also working late at his company. The next day, Lucy comes out of the hostel and sees Do-won sleeping in his car, exhausted from overworking. She gets into the car and asks if he's overworking. He lies and says no. She then asks if he has another girlfriend because he's wearing the same clothes as yesterday. He laughs and says no, she's enough for him. Lucy realizes he's overworking and tells him he shouldn't have come to pick her up and should have rested at home. He says picking her up is the most important thing for him, and he does it with his heart. Lucy is happy to hear this. When they arrive at the company, Do-won stops her from getting out of the car. Lucy kisses him, and Shilu, who is watching from the window, sees them. Shilu calls Jiang and tells her she saw Do-won with a girl who looks a lot like the one from the restaurant, and they looked very close. Jiang gets angry and realizes that the girl is not just a friend, but his girlfriend. Later, Shilu calls Lucy to her office and gives her a hard task. Lucy, who doesn't understand, asks again, and Shilu yells at her, making everyone in the office look. A senior colleague tells Shilu something else to get her distracted and gestures for Lucy to leave. Lucy, scared, sits at her desk and starts hitting the toy Do-won gave her. She can't understand why Shilu is treating her so badly. That night, Jiang calls Shilu and asks to meet. Shilu says she's going to karaoke with everyone from the company. Jiang asks for the address. At the karaoke bar, Lucy is bored and messages Do-won, who tells her to make an excuse and leave. She messages Shilu, saying her hostel closes early, and Shilu allows her to leave. As Lucy is about to leave, Jiang arrives at the bar. Lucy tries to ignore her, but Jiang follows and asks if she's really dating Do-won. Jiang tells her she should forget about him because he is the son of a killer. She claims that no one would want to be with someone who has such a terrible background. Lucy, however, says that she will, and she's not like Jiang, who would badmouth someone she can't have. Jiang reveals that Do-won's father killed her father in a hit and run and that she has had to face many hardships as a result. She resents that Do-won is living a comfortable life with a girlfriend. Lucy tells Jiang that she understands her pain, but Do-won is not to blame for his father's actions. Jiang then asks if Lucy's parents would accept their relationship knowing that Do-won's father is a killer. Lucy is speechless and walks away without answering. Do-won's friend witnesses this exchange. Lucy is distressed, wondering if her parents would really reject Do-won. She also feels bad for Do-won, remembering how Jiang has always called him the killer's son. She remembers Do-won telling her he can't live a free life because of some issues. Do-won arrives, and Lucy, her voice filled with emotion, promises to always support him and never leave him, no matter what others say. Do-won is happy, but confused by her sudden declaration. At work, Lucy is happy to receive lunch from Do-won. Later, as she is walking back to the hostel with Do-won, her mom calls her. Lucy is on the phone when Do-won starts distracting her. She playfully tells him to stop. As they are hugging, her brother, Sang-gyan, calls her and asks where she is. He tells her he's not blind and sees her with a boy. He comes over, furious, and sees Do-won holding Lucy's hand. He realizes Do-won is her boyfriend. Lucy tries to explain the situation, but Sang-gyan is too angry to listen. He tells Lucy to go inside the hostel, but she hides behind Do-won. Do-won tries to explain that it's his fault for confessing his feelings first, but Sang-gyan grabs him and takes him away. Sang-gyan takes Do-won to an isolated place and punches him hard. He calls him a traitor and asks why he chose to go after his sister when there were other girls he could have dated. Do-won says he and Lucy have been together for a month and a half and that his feelings for her are genuine. Sang-gyan refuses to believe him. Do-won tells him to keep hitting him until he's satisfied, but his feelings for Lucy will never change. Sang-gyan calms down and tells Do-won to go home, saying he needs time to process everything. They go to Do-won's place. Sang-gyan sees a pair of women's slippers and realizes Lucy has been there. He checks the fridge and sees it filled with Lucy's favorite foods, including strawberries. Do-won tries to stop him from touching them, saying they belong to his girlfriend. Sang-gyan is surprised. He then sees a picture of them together and realizes their relationship has been going on for a while. In the next scene, Do-won is applying medicine to his bruised face. Sang-gyan taunts him, but Do-won says he's not doing it for himself but for Lucy, as she would be furious if she found out Sang-gyan hit him. Do-won then punches Sang-gyan to make it look like they both fought, so Lucy won't think Sang-gyan was a pushover. When Do-won returns to his room, Lucy asks what happened with her brother. Do-won lies, saying Sang-gyan has accepted their relationship, making Lucy very happy. The next day, Do-won picks Lucy up from work wearing a mask, claiming he has a cold. Lucy, however, sees the bruises on his face and realizes what happened. She storms off to confront Sang-gyan, hitting him and yelling at him for hurting her boyfriend. Sang-gyan is stunned by her ferocity, but also amused by how much she cares for Do-won. He says he's a brother who came all this way to meet her, but she's not even offering him a glass of water. Lucy, realizing her mistake, gets him some water and they make up. At dinner, Do-won lovingly feeds Lucy, and Sang-gyan, annoyed, tells them to stop the public display of affection. Lucy, however, intentionally teases her brother by feeding Do-won. Sang-gyan tells them to stop, but they don't listen. We see Sang-gyan asleep in the back of the car. Do-won leans over and kisses Lucy, saying he had been restraining himself all morning. Lucy smiles, but as she gets out of the car, she wakes up Sang-gyan, telling him that Do-won isn't his chauffeur and he should move to the front seat. As Lucy is leaving, she blows Do-won a flying kiss, and he returns it, but Sang-gyan turns his face away, annoyed. In the car, Do-won tells Sang-gyan he's going back to the office but will drop him home first. Sang-gyan, however, insists on going with him. Later, Sang-gyan notices how overworked Do-won is and asks him why he works so hard. Do-won explains that his company director is unwell, and once she gets better, his workload will decrease. He asks Sang-gyan not to tell Lucy about this, and Sang-gyan agrees. The next day, Do-won's friend tells him he saw his girlfriend with a girl who often causes a scene downstairs. Do-won realizes he's talking about Jiang and immediately goes to confront her. He warns her that if she ever bothers Lucy again, he will report her to the police. He tells her he tolerated her behavior before, but now that it involves someone he loves, he won't stand for it. Jiang is shocked to see him so serious and angry and realizes how much he hates her. Lucy is in a company meet. There's a problem, and when asked for ideas, Lucy shares hers, which everyone loves. Shilu, whose idea was rejected, is not happy. She takes Lucy aside and scolds her, saying Lucy should have discussed her idea with her first. When Lucy apologizes, Shilu says, "Girls like you who only know how to steal other people's boyfriends will never understand." Lucy is hurt by her senior's disrespect. Outside, she runs into Sangyan, who tells her he's taking a flight back home tonight. Lucy is sad, saying she had even taken tomorrow off to show him around. Sangyan says it's okay and he has some work to do. Lucy starts crying, and Sangyan, realizing something is wrong, asks if someone is bullying her at work. Lucy denies it, so Sangyan tells her she can quit if she's not comfortable, as they have enough money and he can send her more. Lucy, however, says she wants to handle it on her own. Do-won arrives, sees Lucy crying, and assumes Sangyan is the reason. He hugs her, but Sangyan says it's because of work. Lucy hits him for telling Do-won, but Sangyan says he was just trying to help. As he leaves, he tells her, "I'm leaving you with your boyfriend, so be happy now." Lucy smiles, seeing how much he has come to accept their relationship. Do-won tries to go inside and talk to Shilu, but Lucy stops him. Later, as they are walking, Do-won tells Lucy he knows she met with Jiang and that he warned Jiang to stay away. He is angry that Lucy hid this from him. Lucy promises she will never hide anything from him again. Do-won kisses her on the forehead, and he too promises never to hide anything from her. In the next scene, Do-won shows Lucy an apartment he plans to buy for their future, which makes her happy. That night, Lucy is alone in her hostel as her roommates have gone home for vacation. The air conditioner breaks and it gets very hot. She calls Do-won and tells him about it. He tells her to pack her things and that he's coming to get her so she can stay with him until her roommates return. She initially refuses, but he insists. Do-won takes her to his home. She goes to freshen up, and when she comes out, she sees him in his pajamas and gets shy, running back into the room. He asks her to come out, and she does, saying she has work to do. He says he's checking his new game and asks her to play with him. Lucy's focus is entirely on him, and he tells her to focus on game. She smiles. She gets up to go somewhere, but her hair gets caught in the buttons of his shirt. She asks if she can unbutton it to get her hair out, and he says yes. After she frees her hair, he doesn't let her go. He pulls her in and kisses her. She kisses him back, and they have a good time. Lucy, however, pulls away and goes to the bedroom, flustered. The next morning, Do-won wakes up to find that Lucy has already gone to work, leaving him breakfast. When he returns that night, she is asleep, and he lovingly kisses her. Many days past this. Lucy's internship ends and she gives gifts to all her colleagues, including a gift to Shilu. She thanks Shilu for what she's learned. For the first time, Shilu responds positively. Lucy then tells her she knows Shilu hates her because she's Jiang's best friend. Lucy clarifies that she is not a boyfriend stealer, and that Shilu's best friend is crazy for going after someone who is already in a relationship. She advises Shilu to get Jiang some mental help. Shilu silently listens and seems to realize that Jiang was wrong all along. Meanwhile, Do-won and his team are celebrating the launch of their new game. On the first day, the game is a huge success. The company director promotes Do-won to a higher position for his hard work, and he is overjoyed. The next day, Lucy is sad because they had planned a camping trip, but it's raining heavily. Do-won suggests they camp inside instead. They set up a tent in the living room. As Lucy is under the table, Do-won pulls her close. She tries to move away, but he holds her and the mood gets romantic. Suddenly, Lucy's mom video calls her. Lucy shows her the apartment and lies, saying she's camping at a friend's place because of the rain. She also says the apartment belongs to her male friend. Just then, Sangyan pops up in the video call. Lucy and Do-won had taken a photo, and the phone slips from her hand, but she manages to hide Do-won from the camera. Sangyan, who is now aware she's with Do-won, laughs and tells his mom to ask who she fell on. Lucy changes the subject, quickly hangs up. The scene shifts back to the hostel, where all the roommates have returned. Shin gives Ming the interview recording, and he thanks her. Shin, taking a chance, confesses her feeling for him, saying she has liked him since the day he helped her with her books. Ming is surprised and about to say something, but Shin tells him to think about it and give her an answer later, although she knows he will probably reject her. She then leaves. Lucy is now in the car with Sangyan on her way to her hometown. Her parents are overjoyed to see her. After spending time with them, she goes to her room and messages Do-won that she's arrived. He is happy. As she's talking to him, her mom, who came to give her something, overhears her and realizes she has a boyfriend. She tells her husband, and he questions Lucy about it, asking her age and family status. Lucy realizes it's not the right time to mention Do-won and avoids the conversation. Do-won gets a few days off and decides to go to Lucy's hometown to talk to her parents. Lucy, meanwhile, is trying to butter up Sangyan, asking if she can tag along to a party he's going to with his friends, knowing Do-won will be there. Sangyan, without being told, figures it out and agrees to take her. As they're getting ready, Lucy keeps checking herself in the mirror, and Sangyan tells her to stop being so crazy. He then has a flashback and realizes that every time he went to a party or a wedding with Do-won, Lucy always came with him. He realizes she's been pursuing Do-won since they were kids and that he was just a tool for her to get close to Do-won. Lucy is silent, knowing he's right. Sangyan is shocked by how manipulative his sister has been. We see Sangyan's car parked outside a hotel. Lucy and Do-won get into the back seat so they can talk. Sangyan, watching them through the rearview mirror, tells them to have some shame. Do-won is simply putting Lucy's seatbelt on. Sangyan is about to reveal that Lucy once came to his hostel to see Do-won, but Lucy quickly tells him to be quiet if he wants to live. The three of them go to a restaurant. Do-won holds Lucy's hand, and his friends ask if they are dating. Do-won officially announces that Lucy is his girlfriend. Everyone is shocked, saying that he used to call her his sister. Do-won explains that he's had a crush on her for a long time, but was too embarrassed to say anything. They all ask Sangyan if he approved, and he says yes, which surprises them. They say that if it were any of them, Sangyan would have killed them. They all have a great time, and Lucy gets very drunk, but Do-won, who is allergic to alcohol, doesn't drink. As Do-won drops her home, she asks if he's really allergic to alcohol. He says yes, but then he kisses her and says, the allergy is gone now. He kisses her again from different angles, and she gets shy and runs inside. Lucy's mom comes into her room and tells her she saw her with Do-won and knows they're dating. She tells Lucy that she and Do-won are not a good match because his father was a killer, and his victims' families still harass him, which could happen to her as well. Lucy says that Do-won really loves her and that she loves him too. Her mom tells her to think about their age gap, and if she really wants to be with him, then leaves. The next day, Lucy is worried. Do-won arrives and tells her he's thinking of talking to her parents, and she agrees. Later, Lucy goes to the market with her mom, and her father, who has also found out about Do-won, secretly calls him. Her father tells Do-won that he's happy Lucy is with him because he's always taken care of her, but he's worried about Do-won's family. He mentions that Do-won's father is still in a coma. Do-won says yes. Her father tells him that he doesn't want Lucy to face any problems in the future. He says Lucy is young and only sees love, but her family is rich and they want her to be with someone from a rich family so she can live a happy life. Do-won understands and says he'll try to fix things, then leaves. Lucy comes home and finds out Do-won was there, and her father said some things to him to end their relationship. She's upset and goes to her room to call Do-won. She tells him he's perfect for her and to not listen to what others say. Do-won pretends to be okay and tells her he's going back to his hometown because of some urgent work. He tells her not to worry and to get some sleep. He hangs up, but Lucy knows he's upset. The next morning, she packs her bags and tells her parents that no matter what, she will always be with Do-won because their feelings are true. She asks them to trust her and give them some time. Her parents don't say anything and she leaves. She goes back to Do-won's hometown and calls him, but he tells her to wait there and that he's coming to get her. As she waits, she remembers a time when she left everything to meet him. Do-won arrives, and she shows him a diary she kept when she was little. One page says she has a secret and likes her brother's friend. His name is spelled wrong because she was little. Another page says she will earn money when she grows up to help Do-won pay off his debts. Do-won is shocked. Lucy tells him she's always liked him and can't live without him. She says she understands he's trying to accept her parents' decision, but she can't live without him. Do-won hugs her and promises never to leave her, even if he has to fight her parents. Later, Do-won is at his home, thinking about how he makes Lucy cry more than he makes her happy. When she comes to him, he promises never to make her cry again and says he should have told her he loves her a long time ago. Lucy kisses him and he kisses her back. The next day, Do-won meets with his company director and tells him he's quitting to start his own company in Lucy's city. He says it's for Lucy, so he can convince her parents and protect her from Jang's family. The director is surprised but offers to help in any way he can. Do-won gets a call from the hospital and is told that his father's condition is not good and he should come say goodbye. Do-won goes to the hospital and cries to his comatose father, saying that if he had just accepted his mistake, he would be out of jail and his mom would still be alive. He tells him that because his mom was so stressed, she passed away, and he kept his sickness a secret so he wouldn't spend money on it. He tells his father that he's the only one he has left and that he's paid off all his debts and doesn't drink because he's scared of ending up like him. His father's finger moves and Do-won is shocked, but then his father's breathing stops. He has passed away. Lucy comes and hugs a crying Do-won. That day, Do-won and Lucy go to his mom's grave. He tells his mom that Lucy is the girl he told her about and that now they are in love. Lucy says hello to his mom and promises to always take care of him. Do-won is happy and tells his mom that his dad also passed away and that he hopes they are together in heaven. He gets emotional and Lucy consoles him. Time passes. Lucy and Do-won are happy together, riding bicycles. Do-won tells her he's going to her city to start his own company, which will take 2 years. He tells her to finish her graduation here. Lucy asks why he can't start his company here, and he says he's doing this to fulfill her parents' wishes and to prove to them that he is the perfect partner for her. Lucy agrees and hugs him, wishing him the best. That night, Do-won is packing, and Lucy is making him dinner. He goes to her and asks if she will miss him, and she says yes because he'll be gone for 2 years. He kisses her and takes her away with him. The next day, Do-won is on the plane, flying to Lucy's city to start his new company. He's emotional but promises to visit Lucy often. Lucy and her friend Ling working together to create a small game for a university competition. At the same time, Do-won is in Lucy's city, busy building his own company. He carefully inspects potential buildings to find the perfect office space, buys all the necessary furniture, and sets it up. He then starts interviewing people to quickly find a team of workers. Later, Do-won meets up with his old friends. They're all enjoying themselves and catching up when one of his friends mentions he saw Do-won and Lucy together. Do-won answers a call from Lucy right in front of them, and they tease him about how much he's changed. After the call, Do-won asks Sang-gyeon for a favor, to tell him when Lucy's parents are free so he can talk to them. The next day, Sang-gyeon gets his parents' permission and invites Do-won over. Do-won arrives with many gifts and food for the family. As they all sit together after lunch, Do-won takes the opportunity to speak. He tells Lucy's parents that he understands their worries about Lucy being far from home and potentially facing problems because of his family's past. He explains that he moved to their city and is building his own business there, a project he expects to take 2 years. He promises that he will always protect and keep Lucy happy, which is why he is doing all of this for her. Touched by his dedication and love for their daughter, Lucy's parents finally accept their relationship. Do-won is filled with joy, noting how important it is to have good parents. Sang-gyeon humorously reminds him, "You have a good brother too." As Do-won is leaving, Sang-gyeon jokingly mentions how their relationship reminds him of the past. He reveals that on the day Do-won first met Lucy, Do-won actually went to her school in Sang-gyeon's place, as Sang-gyeon himself had refused to go. Back at his place, Do-won video calls Lucy and tells her the wonderful news that her parents have approved of their relationship. She is overjoyed, saying he is the best. She then excitedly tells him she won the game competition she participated in and will be receiving an award. Doo-won is incredibly proud of her, but sadly tells her he won't be able to attend the award ceremony because he has too much work with his new company. On the day of the ceremony, Lucy is with Ling, trying to reach Doo-won. Suddenly, she hears a murmur in the crowd and sees a special guest being introduced. To her complete surprise, it's Doo-won. He came to see her. They share a loving moment, and when he is called to the stage to give his speech, he sees that Lucy can't get a good view. He walks to the front of the stage and says into the microphone, "Excuse me, but my girlfriend couldn't see me properly, so I had to come closer." The crowd cheers, and Lucy, blushing, puts her phone down. We also see that Ming and Shin are now a happy couple. Finally, Lucy is called to the stage to receive her award, and a group photo is taken, capturing their happy moment. 2 years pass, Lucy and her friends are celebrating their graduation. They're all dancing and laughing, and Doo-won is taking pictures of them, happy to see them so joyful. The mood becomes a little sad as they realize they'll all be separating soon. At a cue from Rose's boyfriend, Lucy tells Rose that her makeup is ruined and that she should go fix it. As soon as Rose leaves, everyone begins setting up for what looks like a proposal. When Rose returns, she thinks it's for her, but a banner reveals it's for Lucy. Doo-won planned this whole thing. Lucy's parents and Sang-gyeon also arrive, looking incredibly proud. Doo-won gets down on one knee and proposes to Lucy. She tearfully says yes, and he places the ring on her finger. A montage of all their happy memories together plays, from the beginning of their love story to the end. As everyone cheers them on, Doo-won and Lucy share a kiss. And with that final happy moment, the drama comes to an end. So everyone, please subscribe to our channel and like the video so we can bring you more great stories. Also, please let us know in the comments section which character you like the most from this drama.